Hi there, my name's Hannah Rubenstall. I am the crafter here at Fanciful Spaces. If you continue to watch this video, I want you to know that it is a very different video from any that I have done so far. This one is highly personal. I am addressing specifically one or two people that I am apologizing to, and I am trying to offer help to anyone who might relate to my story. One of the critiques, if you could call it that my husband had about this video is that it was scripted or seemed scripted. Indeed it was. I very deliberately wrote out what it was that I wanted and needed to say. And the reasons for that were, one, I will ramble, and my message will get lost. Two, I wanted to avoid saying things that might legally get me in trouble. And three, I wanted my message to be coherent without you hearing the tears in my voice as I'm trying to explain what it is that I need to explain. And having written it previously helped avoid that. The emotions behind this letter are very, very real and bother me a lot to this day. Like many women who enter a relationship with somebody who is a known abuser, many of them naively think that their story won't turn out like so many other people's stories, that they perhaps have the possibility of changing the outcome that many think is inevitable. There were many red flags for me that I chose to ignore, that I thought I was strong enough to avoid, and naively assumed that I might make something turn into a better situation. It is very important to me that you know that I fell for all of that, and that I accept all of my responsibility. I am the one responsible for my inactivity and for my enabling some behavior. That is the biggest point of my message. I am desperately, desperately sorry for everything that I had done. I knew at the time that it was wrong, and I didn't change anything. I'm not sure that I could have changed anything, but if I could, I most certainly didn't try, because I was crippled in that situation. I felt stuck, and I felt lost, and I felt that there was no way out, and that my only choice was to try to make the best of a horrible situation. Ultimately, it ended in a nervous breakdown, for which I am very grateful that my husband helped me through it. And I want to avoid other people from having a similar outcome. If you ever need help, I'm trying very hard to fix myself emotionally so that I can be there for you. Thank you so much. If you watch the rest of the video, I hope you can enjoy it, and I hope you have a great day. Also, I hate these glasses because of the steam. Sorry about that. All right. Never stop creating. This project was a really hard project for me to work on. Well, it started as a fun exercise where I was inspired to explore techniques of a few artists whose work I love. It turned out to be so much more. You can see in the beginning that I'm literally putting paint on a surface with very little thought to the project. I'm trying to be more fluid and relaxed in my technique, though I am concentrating on color mixing and avoiding mud. Contrasting colors, when mixed, frequently create mud, which initially wasn't something I was wanting to create. Eventually, I found myself inspired by a 2-volume dictionary I recently purchased at an upcycle store. At this point, I decided to look at a variety of stencils that spoke to me, and I decided to choose 3 words out of the dictionary that I thought defined me or who I wanted to model myself after. Silly, hopeful, and lovely were my 3 words. For silly, I decided to ignore those in my past that didn't like my silliness. Those opinions no longer matter to me. Stifling my silliness has only served to hurt me. I wish I could be more hopeful. I see joy all around me, yet I am inherently a pessimistic person. I want to be lovely. I am to some, to others I am the complete opposite. I know I can't be everything to everyone, and I can't expect everyone to love me. However, I'm not talking about everyone. I am talking specifically to a few select people whom I have hurt. Over the past year, I have been someone that I am not proud of. I have hurt people unintentionally through the actions of others and by not being able to stand up against what I know to be wrong. I got caught up in a dream that I thought was real, only to discover that it was a pit full of vipers. While I was in this pit, I was not a strong person. I sacrificed my morals almost every day. There is a boatload to this story, most of which I am not at liberty to talk about, either for legal reasons or because it involves other people's stories that are not my place to share. There is no way that I can fully atone for my behavior or lack thereof. The only thing I can do now is to apologize from the very bottom of my heart and promise that I will try to help others from making the same mistakes I have made. Speaking to the world now. If you find yourself lost, living out a dream that is really a nightmare, if, like me, you find yourself sunk into a relationship that you are ashamed of, if, like me, you significantly altered your family's world in order to live in that dream space and finding out that you can't get out, I am here to tell you that you can. I am living proof of it. It won't be pretty. It might suck. It might be one of the lowest and shittiest points in your life. You might find yourself in therapy getting over who you were, like myself. But it can be done. In the end, you will come out stronger. If you need help or a shoulder to cry on, I will do everything in my power to be there for you. None of us deserves to live in a nightmare. Working on this project required me to think about who I want to be and recognize that I have most certainly not always been that person. In fact, I have been the opposite of that person. This project and that realization was a hard pill to swallow. But that is my story. I hope you remain true to yourself, and I hope that you never stop creating. Thank you very much, and have a great day.